Jenna Lambert's involvement in aquatics and athletics has been considerable. Along the way, she has demonstrated several attributes, chief among them determination and stamina. Jenna swam for many years with the Kingston Y Penguins Aquatic Club, under the tutelage of renowned marathon swimmer Vicki Keith, and early on showed ability as both a marathon swimmer and a para swimmer, whose classification is S6. Born February 15th, 1991, Jenna is from Harrowsmith, Ontario, near Kingston. Jenna undertook the crossing of Lake Ontario on July 18th, 2006, at the young age of 15. 32 hours and 18 minutes after entering the lake at Baird Point, New York, Jenna reached Kingston, Ontario on July 19th, having swam 34 kilometers. Thus, she became the first female with a physical disability to swim across Lake Ontario. Jenna also became the first person with cerebral palsy to swim the 32-plus kilometers across Lake Ontario. Jenna braved winds, high waves, and was using only the strength of her upper body to swim across the Great Lake. As she told a press conference following the swim, "I want to have a dill pickle for dinner." This was only a short time after emerging from the water. Jenna described the conditions during her swim. "There were some rough waves and some rough winds, but most of the time I just kept them at my back," she said. She described the most difficult part of the swim as eating and staying afloat at the same time. "Because I don't use my legs, I have to tread water with one hand and eat with the other," she said. Vicki Keith, as Jenna's coach, noted that the weather forced some changes in the plan, starting with a delay at the start of the swim from Baird Point, New York, and then also a change in the finishing point of Jenna's swim across the lake due to the prevailing winds and waves. The event also raised $210,000 for the construction of a pool for para-swimmers in Kingston. Following this event, Jenna was awarded the key to the city of Kingston from the mayor and city council in July 2006. In 2009, Jenna competed in a one-woman ultra triathlon. This entailed 30 kilometers of swimming, 230 kilometers of hand cycling, and 10 kilometers of wheeling in a manual wheelchair. The total distance of 270 kilometers took Jenna from Belleville to Ottawa. On the competitive swimming side, Jenna competed at the 2009 Canada Games in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. The following year, she attended the IPC World Swimming Championships in Rio de Janeiro in 2010. There she placed 6th in the S6 100-meter breaststroke. Jenna enjoyed a successful Para-Pan Am Games in Mexico in 2011. Within her S6 classification, she finished 10th in the 50-meter freestyle, 9th in the 100-meter freestyle, 8th in the 100-meter backstroke, and 8th in the 100-meter breaststroke. Jenna swam for the Wilfrid Laurier University varsity swim team. She sang the national anthem at the Ontario Parasport Winter Games opening ceremonies in 2010 and received the Meritorious Service Medal from Governor-General David Johnston. The medal recognizes individuals who have accomplished exceptional deeds and was presented to Jenna in September 2015. Although retired from competitive swimming, Jenna continues to train daily, both in the pool and on dry land. She has furthered her education and has completed the requisite coursework for her Master of Social Work degree at Carleton University. She has been accepted into St. Paul University's Master of Counseling and Spirituality program. Jenna has long worked with the Why Not Abilities programs and plans to further her work with persons with a disability and ultimately to establish a private counseling practice in this regard. Jenna believes wholeheartedly that God blessed her with a physical difference so that she would be privy to a unique perspective. She hopes that she will make a positive impact on the work as a result. The Ontario Aquatic Hall of Fame is proud to induct Jenna Lambert as an athlete.
When I first began my swimming career, I certainly never imagined I would end up here. It's an unbelievable honor to be inducted into Ontario's Aquatic Hall of Fame. I feel blessed and incredibly privileged to be in the company of so many talented, passionate people who love the water and the sport. A special, heartfelt congratulations to my amazing teammate, Abby Tripp. I had the privilege of working and training alongside Abby since she was 6 years old. She's been such a blessing to my family, to the Penguins, and to the sport at large. She's an absolute rock star. I'm so incredibly proud of her achievements. She's an exceptional human and a talented athlete. As a child with cerebral palsy, a disability which affects mostly my legs and limits my ability to walk independently, the water was heaven, freedom. The lake became a place where I could move freely, learn to balance, and build strength. I quickly learned that I preferred swimming to walking. In the water, I was strong and sure, confident of my movements. Not to mention, the lake was the first place I ever outran my sister Natalie. My beautiful, talented, superstar of a sister has a fiercely competitive spirit that has driven her to achieve amazing things. Growing up, she inspired me to do better, be stronger, and go faster. If I'm honest, she still does. We swam together for years. She's a remarkable athlete and marathon swimmer in her own right. Whether we were in the pool or in the lake, swimming was something we did together. I'm so thankful for the years I spent training with my sister and for her endless encouragement throughout my career. Understanding the benefits of the water for me, my parents, Ron and Christine, took me to the lake as often as they could. Nat and I played together, and I slowly gained strength. My parents have always encouraged, inspired, and motivated me to become the best version of myself, to pursue my dreams even when they seemed impossible, and they tirelessly provided avenues for me to succeed. From those first days in the lake, to endless swim practices, to kayaking through hours and hours and hours of endurance training, to sleepless, cold, wave-tossed nights in the middle of Lake Ontario, they never questioned my ability and always went above and beyond to support me, and they still do. I could not be more thankful that God chose to bless me with such incredible parents. I first met marathon swimming wonder Vicki Keith at Camp Marywood, a summer camp for kids with physical disabilities. Vicki swam into the campground, and I was awestruck as she revealed our group with stories of her Great Lake adventures. That was 18 years ago, which is hard for me to believe. Vicki and her husband John moved to Kingston, Ontario to start a swim program for children with disabilities and their able-bodied siblings. Nat and I were two of the inaugural members of the Kingston-wide Penguins Aquatic Club. The Penguins and competitive swimming quickly became a huge part of our lives. Daily practices became two-a-days, and the Penguins became like a second family for Nat and I. Under Vicki's expert coaching, I gained confidence, independence, work ethic, strength, and friendships that would last a lifetime. As a result of my time with the Penguins, I had the opportunity to travel the world coaching, the love and unconditional support of my family, and encouragement from friends in the Kingston community, I set out to complete a crossing of Lake Ontario. I'd been in the lake for more than 28 hours, battling strong winds and unrelenting waves. The Kid for Kids Marathon was predicted to take 24 hours. We'd well exceeded that, with no shore in sight, and I was starting to feel restless. The sun had gone down and come back up again, beating down on my tired, sore muscles. I had slowed down significantly, fighting with the currents and my tired eyes. Recognizing my distress, Vicky left her perch in the kayak beside me and hopped in the water. My coach knew exactly what I needed. She started swimming without using her legs, like I do, and we raced each other. After nearly 30 hours in the water, I swam the fastest 2 kilometers of my entire marathon, with Coach by my side. This story perfectly encapsulates my relationship with Vicky Keith. Sacrifice and compassion and inspiration changed the course of my life. She inspires me, motivates me, and encourages me to reach for big, hairy, audacious goals. She and John have supported my family through endless adventures and have created countless opportunities for success for persons with disabilities and their siblings. In large part, I have Vicky to thank for the person I am today. I know for a fact I wouldn't be standing before you if it wasn't for her and the Kingston White Penguins. I've always believed that God blessed me with a physical difference so that I would be privy to a unique perspective and be able to impact the lives of those in my sphere of influence as a result. I know that my ultimate motivation, strength, and ability to endure comes from Him. I'm beyond thankful for the many opportunities He's blessed me with and the amazing people He's brought into my life. I've been surrounded by love, support, and encouragement, a village of champions who've empowered me and helped me get to where I am today. I'm so incredibly humbled and thankful for this honor. To Swim Ontario, to my fellow athletes and competitors, to the many amazing coaches I've worked with throughout the years, to my marathon crews, and to my village, you know who you are. In large part, my success is yours to share. Thank you.
Good evening. It's always an honor to welcome our new members to the Ontario Aquatics Hall of Fame, but it's a particularly special opportunity today as I have a direct connection to both Dean and Jenna. I had the opportunity to coach with Dean at the Canada Games in 2009 in Charlottetown, and as you've seen and heard, I coached Jenna. I thought it was kind of a cool coincidence, however, that all 3 of us were in Charlottetown in 2009 together. Many in the outside world categorize swimming as an individual sport, but these 2 inductees have demonstrated the power of team. Dean has the awesome ability to draw people together, make them feel important, and help pull out the best possible result from each of his athletes. Anyone who has worked with or swum with Dean has found themselves drawn into a welcoming, safe, positive, performance-focused environment. Jenna inspires everyone to be willing to see the positivity and joy in life and to take each day and make the most of it. Believe it or not, even open water swimming is a team event. It's a time when a group of people are drawn together for 24 or more hours, and one person's goal becomes everyone's goal. Jenna's ability to inspire her team and her teammates is one of the many ways she stands out as not just an athlete, but also a leader. Dean and Jenna, on behalf of the Ontario Aquatics Hall of Fame and Swim Ontario, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to you. Thank you for your leadership. and your passion for excellence. Welcome.